Well, hello there. How is everyone this night? Another DGSR ACC race for season 6. And it's a good one. We are at Brands Hatch, and as you can see, actually, you can't see yet because I haven't switched the thing yet. But now you can see it's raining. So, welcome to the carnage. How is everyone tonight? And apart from hot, not at all like it is in Brands Hatch in ACC tonight. I see we have a couple of viewers. 28C. Yeah, not too bad. I have 25 and I can't complain. Can't complain. Anyway, the race is about to, the qualifying session is about to begin in a couple of minutes. And yeah, we are again on a single server. We are not on a split server tonight. Currently, we have 37 cars in the server. So, and we still have a good minute and a half for more people to join. So let's see if we are getting anyone else in. The quali will be in the same format as it was last week. So the people from the previous server B, so bronze class or the AM class in game, and the silver class go first, and later the pros and the platina rated drivers go second. Both will have 15 minutes of time to qualify. And I do believe that all the sessions will be wet, moist through and through. Let's see if I can manage to actually go through the standings, if I find them. I believe we do have a couple of minutes of time. Let me just open the current standings if I remember how to do this. There we go, and it would probably be good if I show that on the stream as well. Almost got it. Need to remember that my stream window is a little bit smaller than my browser window for the next time, but hey, you wanted professionalism. Well, you're not gonna get it here. Anyway, bronze or M class current standings. We have Don Speak English in P1, followed by Samuel Rock, down by, if my math is correct, 22 points, followed by Chenda Bersek, who is trailing Sam by another 7 points. Silver class, we have Rob Larby in the lead, followed by Eddie Wilkins, just 2 points down, and Dagan Errol and P3 down another point. So all is still open in silver, although as it is in bronze as well, I would assume. Moving on to gold, Alexander Goncalves, who I believe started out as a silver-rated driver and now is leading the golds with 211 points, followed by Tim Streeton, down by 7 points. And in P3, Jordan Cotton, another point down with 203. In Platina, we have Gabe Hauke leading with 212 points, followed by Roman Fraller, who is down by 17 points. And in P3, Mick Tartan trailing by another 9 points with 186 points. And that is, those are our current standings. And as quali is already underway, and of course, ACC wouldn't be ACC if everything would be working like you needed to. There we go. And I believe we have first flyers starting. But before the first lap's complete, let's see who can we pull in into the commentary box for a couple of words. Maybe Cormac. I hope his microphone is working today. I do know he had some issues before with it. Cormac, where are you, Cormac? There we go. Hey, Connor, welcome to the commentary box. Are you around? Cormac.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
I couldn't make out that it was my name you were saying.
Of course. Connor, right? Yeah, just kidding.
I had to turn my sound off. It was too loud.
Yeah, a little bit. How are things? How is
Not too
today?
bad.
How is the heat wave?
It's very hot. I don't mind it though. I don't mind it. Plenty of water. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what you need. And I guess you will be sweaty in the sim rig tonight.
Yes, indeed, indeed. I don't know where I'm going to qualify though. I'm not too sure where the pace is. Hopefully close to the top 10, but seems like a lot of the guys are flying in the wet at the moment. I have to say, flying. So yeah, we'll see how we get on.
I did see a couple of good laps during practice, and
yeah,
I guess this will continue in the quali as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to try and just stay out of trouble the first 2 laps and then just wait for mistakes and cut my way through. That's the plan, but whether it works out that way or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, it's going to be really good, though.
Any predictions for the race?
I reckon Tartan and Gabe, Harker, and Tartan for the lead, maybe. As Tartan just done a really good lap there in the practice. I think he put himself second or first, so. And Gabe's normally thereabouts, so I'd say between them 2 guys. It's my prediction.
Well, we are hoping for a good fight, and I wish you all the best in the race. And
thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much.
Smash it, but not literally. Push, but safely.
push. Always.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you, bro. Take it easy.
I'm pushing you back up. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And that was Cormac. In the meantime, let's look at the times quickly. What do we have at the moment? And why is this not working? Oh, because I'm looking at the wrong screen. Professionalism through and through. So currently Wayne Bennett in P1 did a 1:33.45, and the deficit between P2 and P3 is below 1/10. In P2 we have Eddie Wilkins, and in P3 Mark Hallidan. Both of them are within a 1/10 of a second from Wayne Bennett. In P4 Charlie McCabe, and in P5 Nick Giles, who is another best lap by Mark Hallidan, who just took provisional pole with a 1:33.2, which has pushed Wayne into P2. Let us see, but Wayne Bennett is also on a flyer, half a second up on his PB, and is looking to steal that P1 back for himself. Just one more tricky corner to go, very slidey in the dry, even more so in the wet. But I believe he has managed to keep it together. Indeed, and we have a 1:32.9, leading by 3/10 currently. And in the pits, and I mean in the sand, and we set the pits, I believe. Indeed. What else is currently happening on track? Jacob Hale is also up by half a second, currently in P11. And if he does manage to keep that gap or that improvement, he is looking for around P6, P7 as it currently stands. Of course, if he does not watch it in the final corner here. And I do believe he has some connection issues, or maybe is that on my end. And he did improve, P9. Not too bad. Let's see who else is flying. I think the lads are slowing down a little bit for the second stage of their quali runs, resetting to pits, coming back from pits with fresh tires to give themselves a better chance. And Dave White improving by almost 3/4 of a second. And the BMW. Oh, up a full second. It's very competitive, these guys tonight. They're pushing it really, really hard. And Dave is currently looking at a top 3 qualification if he keeps this up through the final corner. Could even be for pole, or just a shade under it. Where does he end up? P2. Missed it by a 1/10. A 33 flat lap time. Very good lap time, considering we have a wet track. And I do believe that the pros and platinum drivers will have it a little bit worse since rain is intensifying, which means the first couple of laps will probably be decisive. So I do believe we will be seeing a very quick scramble out the pits, and to get the laps done as quickly as possible before the track gets any wetter. And we have Charlie McCabe challenging for P1, and he manages to snatch P1 by 1/4 of a second. Another 32 lap time, 32.657 to be precise. What's happening with Bruce? He is shown as a yellow flag, but is sat in the pits. Interesting. Yeah, that's just ACC from time to time, I guess. And Matt Keys just improved, I believe, his lap time. He was further down the line just a couple of moments before, and now he is in P12. In front again, Wayne Bennett is on a flyer. Let's look at his onboard for a quick clap. Oh, I see my Steam friends list is showing up in chat. Sorry, I will turn it off. You probably don't need to see what my friends are playing. Car is sliding around quite a lot, but Wayne is making it work, shooting for another pole. I mean, for P1 currently, and Charlie behind him is improving as well, so it will be tight at the top. Those are a final couple of laps for these boys here. And currently Bennett will go P1 indeed by over a tenth. We are down into 32.5 lap times. And I do believe Charlie has made a mistake behind, since yep, he has reset the pits. Will he try again for P1, or will he concede to Wayne Bennett, who is in a provisional pole for silvers? No, he won't. Try again. In the amps, Berzek is starting, well, not necessarily his final flying lap, but one of the last ones at least, to try and improve. He is currently leading the bronze AM class by around 7/700ths of a second from Dean Hyde, who is also out on track trying to improve his lap time. But it would be interesting to see if conditions can worsen so far, that maybe the pros and the platinums cannot take pole position away from... Oh, it's Dave White in the pole. We had a change in pole with a 32.2. Well, I believe times are improving. And so, which would mean the conditions are improving, rendering my previous point moot. We also have Dominguez out on track, who was up by half a second just until I cast the commentator's curse on him. And let's see up in front. Bennett is not giving up, back out on track. He is improving, but he has traffic in front of him. Will this hamper his final attempt at P1? Oh, and Dominguez was right in the middle of the track, which caused Bennett a little bit of time. And the car in front, Andy Hillier, number 77, Aston Martin, might impede him a little bit as well, unfortunately, because he's also on a flying lap. And I do believe that Bennett will have to concede at P1 to Dave White. He could not improve. It was showing good. Yep, he stopped before the line. Reset the pits, will not complete the lap, unfortunately. And that was it for bronze and silver class. Let's have a quick look at the times. So 132.26 for Dave White, followed by Wayne Bennett in P2. And in P3 we have Charlie McCabe, who is down by 4/10 from the pole position. In the AM class, Chenda Burzek with a 133.9, followed by Dean Hyde with a 134.0, and in P3, Mark Schwartz with a 134.5. And that is our Pro and Silver and AM class qualification done. Let's get this out of the way, as lads are coming around for their first flyers. And car number 30, Gabe Hauka, is in the wall. What happened there? Lap times. Good point. Shift I. No. Control I. No. Maybe both. No. Maybe nothing. Let me try and quickly see in the options if I can set something up. Lap time. Or actually, I will make a quick and trusty Google. Oops, I believe no, it's okay. It's okay. Oh boy. Maybe I should make an ACC rant as well. I do not know how to enable this. Sorry. And my Google Foo is also way too weak. Let's see, maybe in the ACC wiki. Yeah, useless as I thought. Just like my commentating. So at least it's consistent. Jesus Christ. Now I'm annoyed. No, it can be in the video settings. Nothing in here. Let's have a quick look in the HUD. I think it is possible. I've seen it somewhere before. This here just controls the regular HUD that you have, so the basic HUD that you have for driving, I believe. I don't think there is another view. I mean, there is a couple of HUDs, but none of them actually show the time. So the basic one does kind of sort of have this, the blank one, the times one, BC, and the map, which is the same as the broadcast HUD, but it just shows the bigger track map. But anyway, let's go quickly through our current standings. Tim Streeton in the Ferrari just nicked P1 from Rich Gaston in P2. In P3, still Dave White, Ryan Harper in P4, and currently Gabe has stolen that said P1 by 2/10. If anyone has any idea for the lap times, please give me a shout. But yeah, this Control plus I or Shift plus I is not doing it. You will just have to trust me. Yeah, they are, but it would be nice if you would have like a view of the race deltas between the drivers and so on, right? This one thing that might be it. Although I don't know my keyboard shortcut for this. Car, electronics, lighting, view. No. No. User interface. Cycle MFD up. Cycle MFD down. Shift insert. Maybe. Maybe. Let's try. No, that's just. Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. We had something. Help. Car controls, camera controls, session controls, gamepad controls, VR. Yeah, useless. Control I is for driver and wheel visibility, Hitman. Not what we want. Oh, I need to get it back. Okay. Yeah. I will figure it out for the next time. I don't want to play around with it too much anymore because we are into final 6 minutes of the qualifying, and currently we have Gabe in P1. Rich just stole P2 from Tim Streeton, and in P4 we have Cormac Gwynn, and in P5 Roman Froller. And out of the blue, Isaac Santiago is in P1 by 2/100ths of a second and is going for another lap, although his delta does suggest that he is a wee bit down. Guess I can use this view for the quali, because you do see the delta in the top left screen. And the yellow flags can be ignored because somehow when the cars are in pits, ACC recognizes them as yellow flags on the back straight for reasons, I guess. And further back down in P11, Thomas Pichon improving by 4/10, currently in P11, and is looking for a very good position if he manages to keep that delta. Might even go for, no, P1 will not be possible, but could be top 5 position maybe. Let's wait as he crosses the line. And he is P7. Up in front, Gabriel Hauka is not giving up. He is going for another lap. His delta is pretty much on the spot. Not improving, not having a worse time, but the weather, I think, is getting worse. So better times will be harder to achieve. Isaac Santiago, who is currently in P1 and just behind Gabe, is currently not improving. So Gabriel does have a good chance to snatch P1 back. Very competitive this. We have almost the top 20 within a second. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. And Gabe has made a slight mistake and has lost his advantage, so he will remain in P2. And behind on the track, Mick Thornton is making an improvement on his lap time in the terms of half a second. He has lost a little bit of that improvement on his delta, but is still swinging for the top 10 with the current performance. And we also have up in front Rich Gasson, who was improving, has pulled off to the side. Would be interesting to know what happened there. I think it was a mistake by Rich Gasson, and Mick has also lost time. Let's see what happened with Rich. That he pulled off on the side of the track. Well, might have shifted back a bit too much. Yeah, looks like a driver mistake. Clipped the outside a little bit, and Porsche tried to take his life. Final laps going down. We have Isaac Santiago improving in front by almost a tenth and a half, actually almost by 2 tenths. By the looks of the things behind him, he does seem to be safe. I believe Gabe. Will Gabe make it? No, Gabe is in the pits. Gabe is in the pits. Gabe will not make it. Rich is... He is on another lap, but is currently not improving. Let's see if Rich can deny Santiago P1. And Santiago is in the sand. Can Rich find the last tenth or 2 tenths? Would swing him up to P1. And that was a little bit wide, and also in the pits. In the sand, reset the pits. And that is qualifying done, I believe. Yes, I do not see any driver out on the track anymore. Oh no, I done it. Oh, I done it. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Isaac Santiago with a 31.8, followed by Gabe Hauke, just 18 thousandths of a second down, followed by Rich Gasson in P3. Those are all three are platina rated drivers. As for gold, I believe Tim Streeton is the P1 here. Unfortunately, we do not have the color distinction in ACC between the two classes. And yeah, I have to make guesses. I do have a list of drivers here, but I have to keep switching back and forth. And I'm always making mistakes. And in P1 for silvers, Dave White, and for AMs is Dean, no, Chenda Berzek, sorry. Anyway, let's go out onto the field. If I will remember how to do this. And let's move in the front. So we have Isaac Santiago in P1, followed by Gabe Hauke, both in the McLarens. And in P3, we have Richard Gasson with Ryan Harper on his left side, Tim Streeton and Thomas Pichon, the next pair, followed by Cormac Quinn and David Lewis in P7 and P8, followed by Phil Walker in the Lambo, the green Lambo, with Roman Froller on his flank, and Dave White in P11 and Silver P1, on side with Wayne Bennett in silver as well. In P13, we have Mick Tartan and Mr. Goodall. I forgot your first name, sorry. In P14, P15 is occupied by Mark Dvorak with Charlie McCabe on his left side, followed by Norotsky and Dennis McElligott in the brick. Bonkley, here we go, a lovely livery. And in P19, Mr. Stevens in the Porsche, followed by Alexander Goncalves in another Beamer. And then we have Mark Hallidan, Eddie Wilkins, Nick Giles, and Carlos Barros in the Godzilla. Behind them, we have Damian Krajewski, Bruce Hopkins, Mike Keys, and Andy Hillier. And here I need to make a quick cheating pit stop and scroll down my driver's list. Sorry. And I need to find my game window again. Perfect professionalism. In P29, Chenda Burzik and P1 for the AMs in the McLaren, followed by Dean Hyde. Then we have Jacob Hale, Bruce Oyes, and Ryan Greenaway. And the final couple of AMs, Mark Schwartz, Dominguez, Sam Rock, Don't Speak English, and Julian Collins are bringing up the rear. And this, my friends, is the complete lineup. And as you can already hear, things are going on the way. Let's go into the P1. And they have started their short formation track section. We don't do a full formation lap, just a final sector of the track. And they are lining up for the start. Let's hope for a clean getaway. Let's hope for no yellow flags. And they are off. Green light racing. Good start from both front runners. Rich Gasson on the inside, being challenged by Ryan Harper, but does manage to keep it. Back of the field does seem to go through quite all right. I don't see any crashes. That's a good thing. And in front, we did not have any position changes so far. Isaac Santiago has pulled away cleanly, and Gabe is in hot pursuit. They do have a little bit of a buffer, I believe, from Rich Gasson in the first couple of corners, but nothing too drastic so far. In the back, some position shuffling, and I do believe McCabe is ready to attack. Mr. Goodall in the front, or is at least in a good slipstream, and will try to sneak up the inside. No, he has pulled out the last second. And up in front, we do have a battle between Dvorak and McElligott, and Dvorak has managed to slip through into P16. Stevens is making progress behind them as well, as he just made a pass on Nawrotsky and did get a little bit squirmy out of that corner here. And Nawrotsky is not giving up the fight. He is attempting to make a move, but has to concede, at least for now. Up in front, no changes whatsoever, but still tight together. Top 4 in the same positions, top 6 even in the same positions. Tim Streeton is falling a little bit behind from Ryan Harper, but really just a little bit. Rain lights are flashing on the cars. And yeah, we have ourselves a wet race. Yeah, and also in this view, it would be very nice if you could actually see the what are they called, the deltas between the drivers, right? But you have mediocrity, not professionalism. And Gabe has lost a bit of ground to Santiago and is under attack by Rich Gasson, who is in turn under attack by Ryan Harper, who is right on Rich's bumper. As they go into the final corner, will we maybe see a move into P1 by Harper? And Santiago up in front is flying with also with a best lap of the race, 32.6, and is really making headway here. Well, what happened with Goudon here? He did lose a couple of positions. Let's try and catch this in the replay. Was this just a regular overtake or a mistake by Mr. Goudon? Oh, run wide in T1 and lost a couple of positions there. Nothing you can do about it. Just hope that you can keep it pointing in the right direction, especially at this early stages of the race, where where a trip to the sand pit can cost you quite dearly. And to top it all off, he now has to defend from Mark Hallidan, who is all over his backside, trying to make a move here. And in the silver class, Dave White has lost a couple of positions as well. He is currently in P15 or P3 for the silvers. Oh, actually, my software and ACC don't agree. Oh, ACC just updated as well. And he is under attack by by Dennis McElligott, and Dennis did squeeze through, and now Stevens will have a look down the inside, but he has to abandon that move, or does he? Will he get him on the exit? Oh, he has a better line now into the next corner, but Stevens is not giving up this fight that easily. And down the back straight, I do not believe that the Porsche will have the grunt to make a pass, but and we have a yellow flag. Mr. Collins, what has happened? Was this a self-induced error or a love tap? Self-induced error, ran wide. Oh, that was close. That was really close. Oh, another couple of wall taps there just to make sure everything is okay with the car. Is he continuing? Yes, he is. He was waiting for Sam in the end there, and he is currently in last position. But the race is still long. It is a wet race. A lot of things can happen. And we have a change of position in the, actually for P1 in silver class. We have to rewind this, of course. Well, a bit slow into T1 by Wayne Bennett, and Charlie McCabe bounced at that immediately and is currently leading for the silvers. In the pro class, we have currently Tim Streeton leading, but Thomas Pichon is right behind him here and is challenging for the lead in the gold class or the pro class, however you want to call it. I do believe they are both in pro class. I'm not making some dumb statements here that are completely untrue. Tim Streeton is gold and Thomas Pichon is gold, and I do believe they are both in front. Ooh, and Rich has lost it. Oh, yay. What has happened here? What has happened here? D1 claim another victim. Or maybe a victim of an attack. Oh, a little bit too fast into T1, lost the back. Oh, and just touched by Ryan Harper. Don't believe Ryan could have done anything. And Rich is now in a very unfavorable position. He cannot rejoin the track safely and is down in P19. Oh, that has got to hurt. That has got to hurt. And another yellow flag by Matt Keys. What did we have here? Oh, just ran a bit wide. Destroyed some styrofoam, but he is back on track. Lost a couple of positions. A little bit of a bruised ego, but he is again good to go. Oh, and a whole lot of things are going wrong here. We have to go back again. I'm really sorry for jumping back and forth all the time, but oh, Stevens seems to have lost it a little bit on his own as well, which let Nawrocki through. But I do not believe that was everything. Look at that spray. It's really hard to see when you're following this closely behind, and add that spray to the mix. It gets even harder. Well, we have Gunnar, I believe, in the in the grass. Ooh, 3 wide, 741. Oh, not a good one. Unfortunately, it happened right under the bridge, so we didn't see exactly what happened. But we saw Nawrocki and car 741. Wayne Bennett, who is currently in the pits, collide. It's a real shame. And Rich has also lost a couple of positions again. he's currently down in P28. He was already up into P18, I believe, if not even higher. And let's check in at the front. Ryan Harper is putting pressure on Gabriel Hauke at the moment, and behind them, Tim Streeton and Thomas Bisham are having a fight of their own. And for E6, we have a three-way battle between Cormac Quinn, Roman Fowler, and Dave Lewis. And up in front, Isaac Santiago is flying around the track. His PB is a 32.0, matched by Ryan Harper in P3. Not exactly, of course, but almost. And he has car 159 from Julian Collins in front, who is a lap down and who should be receiving blue flags any second now. And he did let Isaac through without much incident. Back in P24, we have a fight between Berzek and Hopkins. Hopkins is all over the back of Berzek. And Rich is yellow flagged again? No, he just bit. He just bit. Rich Gasson has bit. And will Hopkins make a move or make an attempt? And they just have to be very careful on the throttle. It's really easy to lose the back end coming out of the corners, especially here on those curbs. When they're wet, they are slippery as fuck. And Ryan Greenaway appears to have made a position on Matt Keys, although they are almost 2 seconds apart. But Ryan has moved up a position. Maybe there was a mistake by Matt, a bit of grass cutting, maybe. I don't know. And let's see. Stevens is making a move on Dave White coming onto the home straight. Will he be able to make it through T1? And I believe so. I believe he has made the move stick. Oh, a little bit squirmy on the exit, but still in one piece. And car 93, Mark Hallidan now trying to pounce for P2 in the silver class. But Dave has him covered, at least for now, as Mark Hallidan does go a little bit wide on the exit, which has let Carlos Barros through in the Nissan. Is Carlos chasing Stevens again? And again, a yellow flag for our gold class leader, Alexander Goncalves. Turned around in the grass. He has recovered it, but things have happened. Oh, lost it on the outside curb. Like I said, curbs are slippery when they are wet, and they will catch you off guard. And it just snaps in a moment's notice. Ooh, and also the grass is very tricky to get traction on when you're so deep in it. And your main focus is to get back on the track, and you just keep spinning more and more and more. What is happening here? Mick Thornton is putting pressure on Phil Walker up in front in the Lambo. Again, a very busy track, a lot of action going on, and a back marker now in front of them. Again, Mr. Collins, I believe, 159. Yes, that is correct. And he moves out of the way again. Very respectful. Kudos for that. That is how you should act when you are under blue flags and you have a fighting pair behind you. And Tartan has lost a bit of ground as well, but up in front, Team Streeton and Thomas Pichon are still close together as ever. I do believe that Thomas does have a little bit more pace. Oh, and another yellow flag for Dave Lewis coming out of turn 1. What has happened here? I believe he has lost it on his own. Maybe ran a bit wide. It does seem so. Yeah, that dip on the exit of turn 1. Oh, and a smack into the wall. I hope the damage is not too much. The bonnet does not look too happy though. But he is out of the grass and moving again, which is the most essential part. Because a lot of things can and will happen during wet race especially, and there is still over half an hour of racing to go on, so mistakes by others can still happen. You can still... Ooh, and we have missed it. Thomas Pichon has managed to make it past Tim Streeton. Let's hope I can still catch it in the replay. Oh, and Tim lost it a little bit on the exit there. And I lost a USB device, and I don't know which one. Crap. Hope you can still hear me, chat. And Tim, besides the mistake, did put up a pretty good fight. But nothing could stop the charging AMG, the German muscle car. And let's see if he can build a gap. Actually, Streeton has since pulled into the pits. It is pit time in Brands Hatch. But it would be nice to see how this plays out for them. Yes, Streeton is just exiting the pits right now, and we have seen that Thomas Pichon is where exactly on the track? Coming up to the final corner of the track, while Streeton is exiting the pits. So we'll see when... Ooh, and Streeton is in the sand. Oh, and he has made a full stop in the sand there. And reset the pits. Oh, he botched the pit entry or pit exit. And he has a stop and go. It's a shame. It's a shame, really. What has happened here? Carlos Barros has managed to get by Stevens, and oh, because Stevens is entering the pits. And Dvorak is challenging Charlie McCabe, who is currently in P1 for silvers, and overall in P8. The gaps did seem to stretch out a little bit. Yeah, I quickly checked OBS, and yeah, I can see that my microphone is still working, but I lost a USB device and I don't know which one. Apparently nothing important if everything is still working. I mean, the mouse is still working, the microphone is apparently still working, and the keyboard is still lit up, so I'm going to just assume that everything is still here and not be bothered by that sound too much. We have 2 fights now on our hands, one for P8, one for P11. Oh, and Charlie has made a dive for the bits, so we can move back to this fight here between Carlos Barros and Mark Hallidan for P11. And I don't believe this. Everyone who I switch to goes into pits. Usually when I started looking at someone, they crash. Now they're just pitting. Well, there they... And here we have Bruce Ois is hounding Jacob Hale for P21. And they are not pitting. Okay, so something's good that's happening here. Bruce was a little bit wide at the hairpin. And wide in D3 as well. And has a lost ground. 159 is in the wall, is not moving, and is starting to move now. Mark Hallidan in P27 is right behind Thomas Pichon, who is in P3. And I do believe that Ryan Harper is in the pits. Will he try and undercut on Gabe Hauka, who is still continuing out on track? While at the same time, Isaac Santiago is just flying up in front, 7 seconds ahead of Gabe in P1. Gabe has a Porsche, the Pink Menace, in front of him. But I do believe that Stevens will get out of the way when time comes for Gabe to move past. Will Gabe pit in the slap? Also in the pits, Chenda Berzik from P1 in the AM class, which leaves Dean Hyde in P1 for the AMs in P11 overall. We are nearing the half of the race, and actually a couple of minutes before the half of the race, and most of the drivers have already pit. There we go, blue flags for Stevens. Does he get out of the way? Let's quickly check here. Yeah, Schwartz is just opening the door for Charlie. They are in 2 different classes and they apparently don't need to fight all that much. Thomas Pichon and Cormac Quinn are starting to get together. Pichon has not pitted yet, and since Streeton has called it a night, I believe he is safe in P1 for the gold class at the moment. Drivers are kind of sort of settling into their positions. The gaps are building a little bit further apart. No one wants to make silly mistakes anymore. I mean, neither did they want to do them before, but they wanted to make up positions and ended up making mistakes. Now it seems like everyone is starting to settle into where they are. trying to bet on the mistakes of others and maybe to win it on pit strategy. Up in front, Roman Fowler is right up on the back of Cormac Quinn. Is Cormac having an issue? Oh no, just a back marker in front of him. That's maybe what allowed Fowler to close up on him. But also for position we have... Oh, yellow flag. Bruce Ois is spun around. Actually, he is pointing the right direction, but he was spun around and lost it on his own, unfortunately. It's a shame. And stole the engine, but got it going again. Alright, now finally back to the pairing. We have Ryan Greenaway on the back of Bruce Hopkins, currently fighting for P2 in the silver class, although I do not believe that they have pitted yet. So they still have the pit to do, and they are a couple of positions. Oh, and there we go, change of position. For P2 in the silvers, Ryan Greenaway has made it past Bruce Hopkins, who has made a mistake coming out of T4, I believe. And Ryan didn't need a second invitation. Okay, up in front we have a couple of pitters. Thomas Pichon is already sitting in the pits. Phil Walker is also sitting in the pits. And Cormac Quinn is also in the pits. Dave White is currently P5 and P1 for the silver class, and he still needs to pit as well, which would put him in a fight with Charlie McCabe for P1 in the silver class. Up in front, both Isaac Santiago and Gabe Hauka are still out on track. Not pitting, not caving, managing their tires to have it as fresh as possible towards the end of the race. And in the AM class, Dean Hyde is in the pits as well, or out of them? I believe he is into the pits. Oh, he is exiting the pits. Sorry, my mistake. Which would mean he is P1. I believe Chinda Berzek had a horrible pit stop, or maybe even a penalty, because he is currently in P33. We have lost 4 drivers in total. And Gabe is in the pits. Gabe is in the pits. Where is Harper? P28. Holy shit, have I missed a lot of things. How did this happen? He was right behind Gabe. Must have been a penalty. It's so easy to get a penalty. You want to... Oh, double yellow. 426 is in the wall at the final corner. Self-induced. That was not enough. And of course, I cannot change it now. Oh, this sucks. Anyway, yeah, when you are entering the pits, it's super easy to miss the speed limit line because you want to slow down at the very last moment to get the most out of your pit stop. Then in ACC, it's also... Oh, Stevens thinking about a move on Carlos. Nope, backs out and now has Dave Lewis on his bumper. Think about as well. Oh, just about kept it. Just about. but this has left the door wide open for Lewis, who has taken no hesitation at all and said, "Thank you very much. I will take that P15." Yeah, in ACC also when you're stopping for the pits, if you get it right, the pit crew starts working on your car right away. If you get it a little bit off, they first pick it up, move it to the correct position, then start working on it. If you botch it pretty bad, they will pick the car up, move it to the right spot, throw it back to the ground, and then pick it back up again to start work on the car again, which I believe is a complete horse poop. Because if you've ever watched a real life race of any kind of those, they just drive in like crazy into the pits and they slam into the pit board, and yeah, the crew just does the human thing and starts work on the car. It doesn't. They don't pick it up, move it to the correct place, throw it back on the ground, and pick it up again. But yeah, that's sim world, I guess. Up ahead from Stevens, Lewis is losing no time, putting pressure on Carlos, trying to make a pass. As they enter the back straight, but Carlos should be pretty much safe here, since I do believe the Nissan is quite fast on the straights. And up in front, Isaac has entered and has left the pits. And although Gabe did make a little bit of a gain, he is still 4.5 seconds down from Isaac Santiago. And also Bruce Hopkins in the silver class is in the pits, which will mean that this man here, Charlie McCabe, will retake P1 in the silver class. But back to this fight. Oh, someone's in the gravel. Oh, I think that was car number 8888, Dave White. Yes, he has been losing positions. He has paid the trip to the gravel and has and again keep it on the white. That's what you need to do, not in the gravel. It's a shame. It's a shame. He might have a chance to fight Charlie McCabe for P1 in the silver class, but oh, what? Carlos just disappeared. Oh, and yeah, he has lost it. Every time I look away a little bit, something happens. Oh, in the wall. Just a scrape to the car, I hope. Nothing too bad. Every time I look away a little bit, and yeah, immediately something good happens. I just wanted to look at the list of our drivers to confirm that Phil Walker is the Platina class driver, which would mean Thomas Pichon is our leader for the gold class and is pretty much safe. And again, as I'm looking this, interesting things are happening here in front between Walker and Tartan, who are neck and neck again. And car 55, yellow flags, and in the grass, but he is continuing. Let's see, what did Dennis do? Oh, Driftle! Oh, couldn't keep it, but nice pirouette. Kind of showing off there, Dennis, are you? I mean, I don't blame you. I would too, but I can't. And of course, as I'm watching you, Tartan has made a move on Walker. Thanks, Dennis, for distracting me. And this should be like minus 10 points in the championship. Walker was wide into T1. And Tartan didn't need another invitation. Yeah, he closed the door, and I think Phil made the gentleman decision then to maybe let Tartan through, or did he let him fight for it? No, I do believe that was unintentional. I'll let you through here, because he did kind of close the door on him quite aggressively. Maybe he didn't see see him in the mirrors, and that was the result of it. And up in front, we had a change in position. Gabe is ahead of Isaac. Wow. The most amazing commentary ever. Misses everything. Even such important things like changes in B1. Honestly, guys, why are you even watching this? Why are you even watching this? Kind of upset at myself now. If I miss such fundamental things like changes in P1. Well, currently Roman Frawler is in P1, but I do believe he has not pitted yet. I do believe he is still out on track with the initial fuel load and the first tires. Might be wrong though, but that is my belief at least. Oh, awesome. Anyway, life goes on. And our current P1, Roman Frawler, is in the thick of it, in the thick of back markers, trying to make his way through. Back markers who are, I believe, fighting for position as well. So it makes it even harder for you to pass such drivers, because they don't want to go off the throttle. Because if you do, you are opening the door to the guy behind you, or the guy behind the back marker as well. I mean, not behind the back marker, but behind the P1 is trying to make a pass. Rich Gasson is recovering again in P17. Just made a pass on Ryan Greenaway. And in P9 and current silver P1, Charlie McCabe is on a flyer. He is improving lap after lap and challenging Mark Dvorak in P8 for his position. How the hell did I miss that? How the hell did I miss the P2 and P1 switch? A couple of car lengths in front of that battle, we still have Mick Thornton and Phil Walker added as well. Phil is not letting up. He is right on the back of Mick's rear wing. They are quite evenly matched. and seem to be locked in battle for the whole race already, of which we still have 13 minutes remaining, so things can still happen. Has Roman Fowler been the pits? No, he has not. He still has his pit stop complete. This time Charlie is truly on the rear bumper of car 111 in front and is in the slipstream. But Vorak will make him go the long way around here, and Charlie has to back out of it. But Vorak is forced into defensive positions all the time, which is compromising his lines through the corners. And he has to slow down a little bit more, get the top car turned in. But still, Charlie is having to work for it quite severely. Yellow flags, Bruce Ois, and he has reset pits. Ryan Harper, yellow flags. Oh, spinning, spinning, spinning. Was such a good race for him as well. And now he is down in P93, unfortunately. What has happened to Dennis? Is he quitting or is he retired? And P1 is in the pits, but I do believe that Gabe should not have a problem in regaining P1 again. I do believe that Dennis is out of the race. He is already 5 laps down. And change in lead again. Gabe is P1, followed by Isaac Santiago, who is around about 7 seconds behind him. Has regained P2 as Roman Fowler emerges from the pits, 5 seconds down, and P3. Cormac Quinn is in P4 with Thomas Pichon in P5. And in P8, still Charlie McCabe and Vorak are going at it, and I do believe Charlie will have the move done here into the hairpin, which was already being started into T1 when they both actually ran a little bit wide. Charlie ran Vorak a little bit wide there, I believe. Maybe a little bit later on the brakes, and to avoid contact, they both went a bit deep into the corner. But Charlie is already pulling quite a lead on Vorak. Is falling behind for around 2 seconds. In the AM class, Dean Hyde is having a wonderful race in P1 for the AMs and is putting pressure on Jacob Hale for P24 overall. Don Speak English is 16 seconds behind Dean Hyde, and unless something out of the ordinary happens, I do believe that Dean will take the P1 for the AMS. Is having a look all the way, but cannot find a loop, find a hole in Jacob's defense. Trying to force him offline, but Jacob does not budge. Solid and clean race by Dean Hyde tonight. He's doing a wonderful job keeping his head out of trouble, keeping his driving clean, and it is paying dividends. And also his pace is quite good, or actually superb, I should say. And again, right on the bumper, right in the slipstream on the back straight, but not enough grunt to make a move. Did I miss any E1 changes again? No, I didn't. Amazing. Oh, I believe that Jacob is a little bit slow into that corner. Maybe that is every lap, I don't know. Let's try to see what Dean is seeing currently. As he is following Jacob around the wet Brands Hatch, pulling out of the slipstream. Interesting. Maybe cooling the tires. Driving into the deeper water a little bit. Oh, and Jacob is sliding, but has managed to catch it without any damage caused. Is again a little bit wide into that T1. You want to stick close into the inside curb in that, but during the wet race, not too much, of course. And maybe Jacob is also having a little bit of a tire warmth issue, because I do believe he's trying to find some wet lines to cool the tires down a little bit. Oh, is that a dive out of the way or a genuine mistake by Sam Rock into the penultimate corner of the track? So these two now have Dave Lewis on their backs. Hope that Dave will be considerate that he cannot make up for positions. He is 13 seconds down from P10. And let those guys fight it out. Up in front, I do believe Roman Frower has made a slight mistake, and again, Dean Hyde is just that little bit quicker into and out of the hairpin than Jacob Hall, I believe. And he has now gotten out of the way for Dave Lewis. Do not impede him. Maybe try and get a run down the back straight. No, but he is too far back to take advantage of Dave putting pressure on Jacob. What does Jacob do now? Where does he let Dave through? Because it appears that Dave is a little bit impatient. He is trying to... Oh, had to take avoiding action here, I would say. And Ryan Harper again in the grass coming out of T1. Yep, wide out of T1 through the sand. And back on the track. Yeah, since that battle was broken up a little bit, we have Rich trying to make up positions, trying to go into P15 on Nick Giles, forcing him a little bit tighter line through T1, but Giles does not let himself be impeded by the pressure from Rich, at least so far. And has now made the move stick and is moving up into P15, although Giles is in the silver class, which means that this pass does not earn Rich any additional points in his own class. And Dean Hyde is again on the back end of Jacob Hale, and again they have a faster car coming up on them. And we could have a swap in position for P2 in the AM class. We have Mark Schwartz climbing all over the back end of Don't Speak English. Which is currently the only position battle going on in the same class. There we go. Gabriel is on the final lap. One more lap to go for everyone. And the soaked hill can be over, although the hill is referring more to the real life conditions than the in-game conditions, which are quite nice. A fresh 18 degrees centigrade is, I believe, everyone's wish right now. At least those guys who are in the sim rigs, I believe they are sweating beyond belief right now. And here we can see Thomas Pichon is climbing all over the back of Cormac Quinn. Will they make a tussle into T5? I believe that's T5. Side by side. Does Thomas make it around the outside? No, and Cormac just about hangs on to that that position. As Gabe is turning the final corner for the race win. Here is our race winner, flashing his headlights, and Isaac Santiago in P2. Cormac in P4 with Thomas Pichon right on his end, who is in P1 for the golds. A little ways back, we have Nick Tartan, followed by Phil Walker. And that is it. P6 and P7. Charlie McCabe wins it for the silver class. And a little bit further down the road, Dean Hyde is in P1 for the AMS. Don't Speak English, I believe, will keep his position for the AMS, as Schwartz has pulled back a little bit. And those are our winners, who I will be inviting shortly into the commentary box. Congratulations, lads. But yeah, the day belongs to Gabe Hauka. Right, so let's try and find the correct people who I need to pull in. Let's see. This will be McCabe. And Dean Hyde. Charlie McCabe. And Thomas Pichon. Where is Mr. Pichon? There we go. Good evening, lads. You are in the commentary box as you each are the winner of your own classes and the Soaking Wet Brands Hatch race. First of all, congratulations to everyone. And
Thank you.
like in the previous iteration, let's start and hear it from the winner of the bronze class, the AM class, Dean Hyde. Can you tell us a little bit, a couple of words about your race? The beginning of the race did seem like you had quite a fight on your hand with the then P1, who unfortunately, I believe, crashed out of the race, and you inherited the lead. How did you see your race? Did you enjoy it? Are you drenched in sweat right now, or are you handling the situation?
Well, yeah, I'm definitely drenched in sweat. But yeah, one of the, as you said, sort of had a couple of good battles. One at the beginning, and there was a big crash just in front of me where a couple of cars crossed over to go into the pits, I think, and took a few out. So that sort of gave me a few places. And then towards the end, then I was chasing Hale down, which was good. But yeah, apart from that, the only mistake that I've made is when I went in for my pit stop, they didn't change the tyres, so I had to go in for another one. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I probably would have finished about 10 places higher. So a bit disappointed with that, but overall, yeah, I mean, finishing first in class, I'm happy with first one. So yeah.
Awesome! So your first class win. Well, congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
It must feel awesome. Yeah, really shame for that tire though. But yeah, as you said, there was a crash in front of you, and that's just it in the wet races, right? You have to keep your car out of the trouble. You have to count on others making more mistakes than you do, and you just magically gain positions, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it on the black step, as they say. Yeah.
Yeah, over here we say keep it in the white, right? So it's an internal joke. I'm sure you'll hear it sooner or later. But yeah, congratulations, man, on the first win in the bronze class.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
Moving on to Mr. McCabe, a winner again of the silver class. Welcome, Charlie. Congratulations one more time. Also an eventful race for you. Very good qualifying session for you as well, I believe. Yeah, can you describe your race in a couple of words?
Yeah, I mean, I think I could have qualified higher. I made a few mistakes on the final lap, and but main strategy really was just to try and get ahead of Wayne and Dave early and stay ahead. And luckily, I was able to do that. I had a good couple of battles with them, and then the rest of the race was just managing the gap. Had a great race with Dvorak as well and Gold, which was good fun, but didn't try and push too hard because it wasn't my race really. But yeah, really good fun.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the multi-class races, right? You kind of have to weigh your battles. Where are you going to push a little bit more? Where are you going to back out and let the other people basically go past you, just so that you preserve your class position?
Yeah.
And yeah, we did see a couple of good battles from your side, but you were quite way ahead after all the incidents have occurred in the silver class. But still, congratulations for the race. I'm sure you are also just waiting to run off to the shower after this.
100%. Yeah. Great race. I really enjoyed it. Really good.
And we enjoyed watching it. Thank you, Charlie. And Mr. Pichon, Thomas, how are you?
Yeah, really well. I'm soaking wet. I mean, I'm looking forward to the shower too.
Yeah, it was an eventful race for you as well, right? We enjoyed watching you battle it out throughout the race with multiple cars.
Yeah. The first part with Team Streeton was really great. Since we are in the same class, it was a really good battle. It's a shame. I think he had the contact with Cormac, I think, and from then I think
the only gold at the front of the race. So it was just after a battle with Cormac for the fourth place, I think, and it was really close throughout the race. So really cool. And again, I've lost something like 5 seconds in the pits, but I think it's to be clear, in the pits I need to gain 5 seconds before the pits, and then it should be okay.
Yeah, it was a really intense battle with Streeton. Unfortunately, he parked it because of the stop and go penalty that he received for speeding in the pit lane. I do believe that you had a little bit more on pace from him, but making a pass, especially in the rain, is that extra bit more dangerous and hard to do.
I made the pass. I think it was in the same lap that after he had the contact with Cormac. So I made the pass, and I was looking forward to a good battle until the pit. And then he lost it with Cormac, so there was no battle with Streeton. But after that with Cormac, it was quite fun. I think I had more raw pace, but I was making more mistakes, so I couldn't get him.
Yeah, definitely a good battle, as well as a good battle between you and Cormac towards the end of the race, as you said already. Anyway, congratulations on the gold class victory, and on to the next one, right? And last but definitely not least, Mr. Gabriel Hauka. How are you feeling after snatching the victory for the platinum class?
Yeah, it feels good. I was really lucky the whole race. I had no idea how did it happen. Although I started second, I had to defend from Rich Gasson, like the first few laps, and then he made a mistake and was taken out by someone. And then Harper attacked me, and he got taken out by well, I think he made a mistake and crashed into someone else. And then Santiago was leading, and at one point I saw him literally buried in the barrier. So that's how I came first.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I was actually quite pissed at myself for, because I completely missed how you made a pass on Santiago. So it's a good thing to hear it right now, how it happened, because it's literally the first time that I am able to hear it and picture it in my head. Because the rest of the field was just bunched up so close. It was a lot of action to go through, and then all of a sudden you went from 5 seconds behind Santiago to 5 seconds in front of Santiago. And anyway, we did enjoy the first couple of laps of your battle with Rich. It was an intense battle. I think he was putting up quite a bit of pressure on you. Would you agree?
I just run my race. Long story short, I try in the race to be like half a second slower so I don't crash. So thankfully today I didn't crash, so it worked.
Nothing breaks your concentration, right?
Well, if you look into the mirror, you're just gonna make mistakes, and
yeah. Don't look in the mirror. Is that your advice for everyone?
Well, it's like if you don't have anyone side by side, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, congratulations then on the overall and platinum class victory. I do believe that this has put you a little bit closer to another season victory as well, as far as points are concerned.
Well, if Rohold would have attended the races, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, but he's lost. He's not. I guess, right? Yeah. Awesome racing, lads, from everyone, and congratulations one more time for everyone to everyone for their wins in their categories. And yeah, thanks for joining me in the commentary box. And
thank you for the commentary.
Thanks for the commentary, mate. It's great.
I try my best and do my worst. So.
We will see that. We'll look at that after the race.
All right, lads. Thank you, and I will be moving you back up onto into the server A. Congratulations.
All right, see you later.
One more time. Yep, see you later, guys, and see you next time.
See ya. Bye bye.
And there we go. So that was the DGSR Season 6 race in Assetto Corsa Competizione in the wet and soaked Brands Hatch. We just had the victors of each class in the commentary box. And with that, we are closing down the stream. Thank you for joining us. If you don't want to miss the next one, either subscribe or just join us again and at the same time next week. Good night, lads, and off to those showers, I guess. You earned them. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Good night.